Hi guys, today I just wanted to do a little quick thank you to everybody. It was a year ago yesterday that I started doing my blog, Lupus Girl Goes Raw, because that is when I found my answers for getting my lupus into remission. And it's been an amazing year, totally amazing year. Struggle. I struggled for a long time, but looking back, I see the progression of how I kept getting better and better and better to where I am today, where I feel nothing like I did a year ago. And it's just so amazing. And I have so much energy and I have so much excitement for life. And yeah, sometimes life knocks you down. But now I have the energy to get back up. I have the energy to say, why did that happen? I woke up yesterday morning and actually started thinking about how I felt. How I felt about this last year. A huge learning curve. And how much I've gotten from it. Most people don't understand food. They don't understand nutrition. They don't understand the nutritional value of food and what that does to the human body and why the human body needs certain foods. We live in a society where it's like, you walk into a grocery store and there's 50 million products, and, somebody's advertising one of them and it's in the back of your mind and you just got to have that product, whether it's good for you or not. And, we live in a world where you can be sold anything, whether it's good for you or not. I learned so much about how vitally nutritious food is in its natural state, how much you need that. And I'm not talking about, being a raw foodie. I eat cooked food, I eat raw food, but I try to eat minimally processed food. I try to use whole foods when I cook, not something that's in a box or a can or a jar. And of course, because I have celiac disease, everything's gluten-free. And it's like this year has brought me full circle back to being a vegan. I was a vegan 7, 8, 9 years ago, before I was diagnosed with celiac disease. And it was like celiac disease just kind of put me on this spiral. Just this spiral of my body going back and forth from sick to well, sick to well. And I think finally, it's like my body was saying, you're doing good, but sometimes you're not. Sometimes you're not giving me what I need. And that's where the lupus just literally knocked me down. And when I finally said, I got to get up. I got to figure this out. I got to make a difference. Not just in other people's lives, but in my own life. I have to figure out how to make a difference in my life so that I can be there to help other people. Because I love what I do for a living. And I would never want to do anything else. But I can't do it if I'm sick. Nobody can do what they love if they're sick. So, this one thing I learned about disease and illness is you have to want to get well for yourself, not for other people, for yourself. And I know this is hard for some people to believe, but there are people out there who don't want to get well. They are afraid of getting well because being sick is all they know. And I have to tell you, it's not the place to be. Being well is so flipping amazing that I have to tell you, I've never felt this way, ever. I can't remember feeling this good, health-wise. Even as a kid, I was always not feeling right. And now I know why. I can look back to high school and see discoid flares. I can see them all through my 20s. And it does happen where people who have discoid lupus, it will turn into systemic lupus. Because the discoid lupus is not treated. You're not doing anything for it. I was always told they were heat rashes. Stay out of the sun. And I did. But, hello, I live in South Florida. Sometimes you're in the sun. And without being diagnosed, of course, it's going to internalize, things are going to start happening inside. And, you know, we all know it can take days, weeks, years for an illness to develop. But I encourage anyone who's sick, anyone who's trying to find answers, don't stop. And try anything and everything. You know, I know people who have tried macrobiotic diet and have been successful on it. The thing with anti-inflammatory diet, macrobiotic, raw food, the thing that these have in common, all the diets to reduce inflammation have in common, is they remove processed foods. So if you could do one thing for yourself to help yourself feel better, get rid of the processed foods. If it comes in a box, a can, a jar, a bag, don't eat it. Get well. It doesn't mean you can never have them. It means your body is screaming. It wants help. And you need to give it to it. And by taking those things away, oh, and sugars, you know, refined sugars, take them away. And see what happens to your body. I took them away, and in 2 weeks, I was amazed. I can't tell you. I remember the morning I woke up and went, oh my God, I don't have to lay in bed for an hour to uncurl myself from my rheumatoid arthritic body. I could actually get up out of bed, go in the bathroom, start getting ready. You know, before it took me a good hour from opening my eyes to uncurling my hand and my entire body, because my entire body was like that. It was all crippled up. I was all curled up and in a lot of pain. And I know, there's those out there who wrote me, you should have taken the meds. The meds create a fog. And I knew I always had the meds to fall back on. And I didn't know, you know, I know me too well, and you should know you very well too, as to what kind of person you are. I knew that if I took those meds, they would become a crutch. And I would be, well, I'm feeling okay. Not great, not fabulous, not healed, okay. And that gives me that false sense of, well, I don't have to do anything. I don't have to search anything. I don't have to look for answers. And I didn't want to be there. I had done that a year ago. Instead of taking the medications, I found supplements to replace the medications. And really, even though I didn't have any side effects from the supplements, I was literally just giving myself what the doctor would have given me, just in a different form, in a different manner. And it took me a while to figure out that, did I want to be alive? Did I want to have a life? And I know this sounds harsh, and there's people out there who go, of course I want to live. Sometimes you don't. You know, I was really at the bottom. I was literally laying on the floor, crying, that I either wanted God to take me home or show me a cure. Literally, that's what I said. I need you to show me how to fix this body, or I need you to take me out of here because I can't do this anymore. And I literally cried myself to sleep on the floor. And when I woke up, I was inspired. Sick, horrible, terrible, tired, but inspired. And I started finding answers. And you know, it's like that alcoholic. Sometimes you have to hit bottom before you can get right back up and surpass anything you can imagine. And I hope all of you surpass anything you can imagine and find your answers. Ciao.